his driver's license? Now they're going to still try to say, there is ID, they're making an arrest for the offense. Will somebody please Google the Class C misdemeanors and arrest for offense in the state of Texas? Please. Will somebody please look it up and read it out loud? Y'all are college students. Will somebody please look it up and read it out loud? I gave you my name. You're calling my name. What do I need to, you don't need to talk to me. You said give me a warning and let me go. Now you're antagonizing me. You got me in circles so you can beat me up. You say you give me a warning and let me go on camera. I'm telling you, the state troopers arrested me, have your hands for 6 hours. Millions of dollars for you on my neck. And then they erase it as if it never happened. And now you're trying to do it again because I want to cross the street. Let me go like you said. Listen to me. I gave it.
This guy was jaywalking earlier, and he said something about robbing a jewelry store or smashing the window. But there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 state troopers. This is in West Campus. We're in front of the church or the cult of Scientology right now. I had seen him walking by earlier, but he was with a lady. There's Davey. I mean, he did admit to smashing the glass in the jewelry store. For having this many state troopers, something serious must have happened. There's been a lot of crime reported in this area lately. I was talking to a West Campus ambassador a little bit ago saying that on Christmas Day, I'm not sure if a student, but a local resident in this area got assaulted in the parking lot. There is a lot of homelessness here, more than I've seen before. We're across UT West Campus, the entrance, right in front of the entrance of University of Texas, and across the street from Scientology Austin. Where all pedos are welcomed. I think he is going to be arrested.
feel the same. Like, I see it on the news. They need to do something to it.
Hey, Raul. Raul. Let me catch up to him. Raul. Hay muchos policías. There's a lot of cops.
Do you know what they're doing?
Yeah, I think like the gentleman over there is getting arrested because he jaywalked across the street. And they had mentioned something about him robbing a jewelry store or smashing the glass of a jewelry store. But there's a lot of state troopers.
Did you hear where? Which jewelry store?
I know, I have no idea. Must be local.
Hey, boss.
They probably, we see
Whatever
each other
happened.
sooner than we thought.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, she's letting me know kind of what happened. Yeah.
That's what we think. We don't know. Like,
Probably robbed the jewelry store.
I saw him with some good jewelry. I was like, cool, like, but it did look kind of like weird.
Yeah, we're not sure if maybe he's mentally unstable. I mean, I don't want to say it, but
We don't know what's
it might
going
be
on,
that.
but we're just like looking at it.
Is there somebody else out here with you guys?
Yeah, my friend.
Can you remind me of what it is that you guys are into?
Just out here doing our amendment rights, protesting Scientology.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
we had seen you in there talking
Yeah.
to Daniel earlier. They're really nice people that get indoctrinated, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's different ways to see things, you know. For me, I choose to remain neutral because in uniform, now,
Yeah,
if I wear a
yeah.
uniform, I can whatever, right?
Yeah.
And do my own thinking, so to speak, but
For
because I
sure.
represent who I represent, and so that's the best stance for us, is just to
Exactly.
remain neutral.
Exactly.
And not,
That's
because
good.
whenever we take sides, then we're defeating what we're about.
Oh yeah, I mean, and there's
You know,
no sides taken.
We want
you know.
everybody in this area, West Campus, to be
Safe.
to
Exactly.
feel welcome.
Exactly.
We don't want anything, activity or otherwise going on that makes people feel uncomfortable being in the area. You know, we get a lot of tourists, not just in Austin, but here in West Campus.
Yeah, because of the students.
A lot of those tourists have family going to UT here, their kids, for example.
Right.
So they'll come into town from other areas of the country and hang out, not just to see their kid or whatever, or to bring them for their first year at UT, right? But they hang out, they visit. Because to me, that's a smart thing to do, right? If I'm visiting my kid or taking my kid somewhere else, and I'm maybe retirement, right, years or whatever, Austin's a great city, I already know that, so why not? Oh yeah, we go, we drop the kid off at school, and then we go downtown, we see the sights, see the museums,
Oh yeah.
visit Church of Scientology, talk to the Jehovah's
Oh
Witness
yeah,
over here
yeah.
in the court,
They're famous. They're popular.
etc. Maybe visit the local different churches, you know. So for me, in uniform, I can look at that as long as everybody's
Peaceful.
be and let be. And whatever our focus is personally, whatever we think about anyone or anything, that's fine. That's our
Everybody
we
has
have
the
right
rights.
to
Exactly,
think whatever we want to
exactly.
think, whether it's one focal idea, you know, or we want to expand on that and make it a long-term, general, broader ideology, right? And sometimes people's ideologies clash, right? Or maybe from experience, sometimes, for example, I'll use a personal experience of mine. I used to be an active Jehovah's Witness.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you did?
yeah.
You were?
Have you
I've
seen
had
them
some
up here?
friends.
They're okay. They
I-
come
They
I
were
here
there
often
earlier,
into the
yeah.
court.
They go there.
And I've spoken with them, stuff like that. One of them asked me, you know, a few questions. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, I
They're
like
really
being
nice to
open
talk
and
to.
real.
Yeah.
And, you know, But for example, I left and I told them this. I told them why I had a negative experience. But does that mean that I'm gonna think, oh, everybody in that group is this or that,
Exactly,
whatever,
yeah.
right? They're all evil. They're all, out to do something negative, right? No, I look at the experience back there, and I know who was involved, and that's a very small fragment of the whole of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So even going back in time after I left them, because I felt devastated by what happened. They got something wrong, and they made, to me, well, seemed like a serious
It
error,
was a serious
mistake,
issue, yeah, for you.
because they contradicted their teachings, and
Exactly.
I pointed that out to the elders. Witnesses have what's called elders.
Yeah, I've heard of the elders.
Which are the people in specific congregations.
Yeah.
They all have elders, whatever the number. Usually 2 to 4 or 5 elders, depending on how big the congregation is. And they're the leaders of that particular congregation. They themselves then are under higher ups.
Exactly.
Right? Because there's a central body of Jehovah's Witnesses. A lot of organizations operate in very similar fashion.
How long you were
The
there?
corporate system operates that way too. The military does too.
Were you there for a long time?
I was
Jehovah's Witnesses?
I was there for. I just have to check the time because I have to make sure I don't
There's
miss
some stuff, but I don't know a whole lot of them.
Well, I mean,
I mean, I grew up seeing them around.
yeah. They're.
Yeah, I've had
I
friends
was with
before.
the Witnesses. I had met the Witnesses in New Jersey. When I grew up in New Jersey, right? And these beautiful women would show up to my door, and nobody home. I lived with my family. I'm talking like when I was 15 or something like that, a kid, right? And nobody home, whatever. And I was the only one home, and I would hear the knocking. Hi.
Film the police, Austin.
Oh, they're here for
Film
you guys.
The state troopers.
Yeah,
Austin.
they're
probably
gonna,
here for
They're
her.
gonna come over here in a little bit, and I'm glad I'm wearing this because they're gonna leave me alone. Because we work together. So,
Exactly.
you
Keeping
know.
this area safe.
So, but I'll vouch for you guys. I'll say, what are you doing? These people are nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it
try
doesn't
to
matter
be.
that they're different. These people
Exactly.
that I went in there and I talked
Exactly.
with, they're nice people too.
I'm not against them.
You
I'm
know?
just notifying the people coming in, hey, this is what you're going into. This is pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nothing against them. I'm warning the newcomers.
Yeah, and then they can choose to go in
Exactly,
anyway and see for
exactly.
themselves,
Yeah.
right? And see
Exactly.
who they believe in, all that stuff, right? That's usually the way somebody that's a mature, intelligent individual, how they will respond. Because no matter what you hear from somebody about somebody else, it sounds like an individual bad-mouthing another individual.
Right.
Am I just going to take their word for it without even knowing the other side of the point?
Exactly.
No, I'll hear them out. And
That's why I
whatever.
learned my information from the people who left, and I've become very friendly with some of them. And they tell you exactly what they went
Yes.
through.
And that's the reason for my analogy of my experiences with the witnesses.
Oh, yes, yes.
From maybe what I could arguably say I was a victim of that error and mistake, because I was.
What you got out?
So the elders in my congregation forgot the Bible temporarily.
Oh, yeah.
So when they brought me into a little room, which is what they do when they want to verbally discipline somebody, and the situation was that I had complimented a sister. The witnesses call each other brothers and sisters, right? Peers, right? And so we were out in the field, right? Meaning we went out to do some door-to-door knocking, and on the street when you run into people, hi, how are you, and
Which is
this
something
what we do
normal.
and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
I kind of do that now, except it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
just do it as a West Campus ambassador. So my story has to do with not a witness anymore, but it's similar in that in
Exactly.
a way, right?
Yeah.
Other organizations, you guys are out here kind of the same kind of thing. Right?
As long as it's peaceful.
What changes is the thinking and the who and the situation and the
assessing
ideology,
the situation.
the reason why
Exactly.
everybody's doing what they're doing. Those are the differences. So anyway, so I had complimented a sister, or I meant it as a compliment, and I said she was an older person, not that old, but yeah, like for me, I
An
was
elder.
in my 20s,
Yeah,
and she was
yeah.
like 40 something.
Yeah.
So maybe she felt old around me and other, I don't know what she was thinking, but that was my mistake, maybe not knowing how she thought first. And I noticed she was a very pleasant looking woman, you know? Even though to me she was an older person, like I wasn't thinking anything about, oh, I want to date her or anything like that, no, you know? But for me, she was carried herself elegantly and all that, and I was impressed by just her persona.
Mhm.
So one time we were either going or coming from being out in the field
Yeah.
preaching it, and then so I said to her, "You must have been a really nice looking young woman, you know, or something to that effect, you know."
Mhm.
Well, what she heard, guess what she heard?
What?
You're ugly now, old and ugly now. That's what she
Ear
heard.
to ear, yeah.
That's the difference between men brains and women brains.
Mhm.
That communication, very different that way. So we men think very differently. We'll say something, because usually that's what we mean, at least honest men. And we'll just say it kind of bluntly, but that's what we mean. Or we just state it. We don't mean anything else. We don't, in our minds, we're not adding or detracting from that story, right? And I wasn't. He, you know, the reason why you know that that's what she heard is because her reaction was she stopped talking and then she said, I don't want to.
Defense, yeah. Put up her defense.
I could tell by her
Facial
face that she
expressions.
didn't like what I said. So I just, you know, I was quiet the rest of the trip. You know, we talked, other people were talking now.
Mhm.
So, you know, and next thing I know, about 3 days later, I'm being brought into this room, you know, after a general meeting.
Yeah. And the
A
Jehovah
mass, so to
Witness.
speak,
Yeah.
like in the Catholic Church would be called a mass. But the witness
In the
is a different,
congregation?
different language for
Yeah.
the terminology that
Yeah.
Christendom uses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a congregational meeting,
Mhm.
you know, like to worship,
Yeah.
a worship meeting for the general congregation, right? So everybody was there. After that was over, people
Just-
started leaving and
mhm.
stuff, and I was told we need to see you in
They
over
separated you.
here.
Mhm.
Okay. So I already knew that that wasn't a good thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's just like in a corporate system when they ask to talk to you in the office. Most of the time, it's not
Like,
going to be
what's
to
going
promote
on?
you. It's
Yeah.
going to be something negative
Yeah.
or somebody complain or something.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I went into the little room. There were like 4 elders there, I think. I think one of them was absent. And they said, oh, this sister, she came to us and she said that, blah, 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 that you said this to her and she's not happy about that, blah, blah, blah. And so we here to discipline you about that. You know, so what I brought up right away was what came to mind for me, which was
You had told her something
well,
differently.
I remember right away because I was fairly busy. I would go out regularly to the field, even by myself, and to teach the Bible. You get really good when you teach things like you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you're applying
You
yourself
learn
at
it.
home too.
Mhm.
I knew the Bible very well. I could quote it. I could say quote it first and then show them. It's right here.
Yeah.
And I could even. I got into battles with ministers from other religions.
Oh,
I'd
no.
always win those battles. Oh, really? Oh, it was silly. Now the whole thing seems really ridiculous to me that goes down. But that's part of the religion that is a negative thing, and that just creates more division and strife.
That's just part
and
of it, one
problems,
branch.
and religion wars and all that stuff.
Exactly.
And we already know from history, because I was born a Catholic, so I know Catholic history too. Let's go kill them. The Inquisitions, if you know that.
Oh, wow.
A magic word, right? That's what that was. Going around murdering the so-called witches and all that. Because they were just people that thought differently, but they had different practices and all that, but it was easy to villainize them. Because that's what big, powerful groups sometimes do with other groups or whatever. That's what governments sometimes do. Just like all illegal immigrants, they're all criminals. So I guess I'm a criminal. I'm just a working criminal. Right? Guy in the White House has said that. I like that pretty much. People that pay attention, they know that I'm paraphrasing, maybe not an exact quote, but that's the same idea. They know that he's made that statement more than once. And he generalizes, he makes a blanket statement like, whoa, that's very offensive to people like me and to a gazillion immigrants. And who isn't an immigrant in this country? Even the Native Americans, going back further in time, just like everybody on the planet migrated from Africa. If you know that, the genealogy story of the human race will come.
We all just have to be
people.
kind to each other.
The black people spurred out to other parts of the earth, and I know all about that. The history of that history, because if we go back to what I taught, other religious states are very different. You know, oh no, Adam and Eve, and that's who they come from. And if you see artist depictions, just like with Jesus, they're depicted as the group that's the dominant group in society.